In this video, we will show you how to install the trim around your window. For this installation, you will need a tape measure and pencil, metal snips, a speed square, a hammer, multi-tool, window crimper, and caulking. First, find the vertical and horizontal trim lengths by inserting one end of your tape measure into the window's accessory slot and measure the distance to the accessory slot on the opposite side. We will start with the bottom trim piece, since the side trim pieces will overlap the bottom. Begin by measuring the total length of the trim and add 3 inches to each side. At your inside measurement, make a mark on the flange face that fits inside the accessory slot. Then add 1 inch and make another mark. Make a cut at the 1 inch mark on the accessory slot flange. Then cut along the edge of the flange from the additional 3 inches. Disregard the extra length on the nailing flange of this piece. Make a small cut on the accessory slot flange and bend the 1 inch piece to create a tab. At about 1 1/4 inches, make a mark on the back of the J-channel. Using your multi-tool, move this section of the back out of the way. Repeat these steps for the opposite end. Use the window crimper about 1.5 inches from each end of the accessory slot flange. Then, secure the trim into the accessory slot. Begin laying out the side trim by measuring the total length. At the bottom edge, add 3 inches. At the top, add 3 inches plus an additional 2 for the nailing flange. On your inside measurement at the top, make a mark on the flange face that fits inside the accessory slot. Then add 1 inch and make another mark. On the 3 inch mark, remove the trim face, leaving only the nailing flange and 1 inch of J-channel. Make a cut at the 1 inch mark on the accessory slot flange. Then cut along the edge of the flange from the additional 3 inches. Make a small cut on the accessory slot flange and bend the 1 inch piece to create a tab. At the bottom end, on your 3 inch mark, make a line on the accessory slot flange. On the end, make another mark 1/4 inch from the outside edge. Create the angle, which will be cut shortly. Remove the accessory slot flange to the 3 inch mark. At about 1.25 inches, make a mark on the back of the J-channel. Using your multi-tool, move this section of the back out of the way. Now remove the angle you marked on the trim face. Before installing, at the bottom, lightly separate the inside fold for the bottom trim to fit inside, and crimp the ends same as the bottom trim piece. Fit the side trim piece above the bottom trim piece and overlap the 1 inch tab of the bottom trim with the accessory slot flange of the side trim. Press the flange firmly into the accessory slot and make a tight connection at the overlapping corners. Repeat this entire process for the opposite side. For the top trim piece, mark your full length and add 3 inches on each end. Remove the accessory slot flange to the 3 inch mark by cutting along the edge. At the end of the trim piece, make a mark 1/4 inch from the outside edge and, using your square, make an angle. Make these cuts on the other end as well. Make a crimp near the ends, similar to the other trim pieces, and install it in place. After the top is fit in, ensure the corners are tight. Then, fasten all of the trim pieces in place. When the trim is fastened in place all around, you're ready to weather seal the trim with caulking. Apply caulking slowly in a continuous bead to ensure a uniform finish. Now that the door and window trim are finished, you're ready to install the corner trim for your metal sheet walls. All of the metal products, hardware, and even the tools shown in this video are available in our store, or visit our website at ontariometalproducts.com so you can buy with confidence.